Okay, today's job is replacing this little Kohler, I think it's a 17.5 horsepower, in a John Deere L110. And as you can see by this nice crack we've got in the side of the engine, seems to have thrown a conrod. So, what we're going to do to save a bit of money is replace that quality engine with this lovely new engine from our friends over in China. So I assume there will be some modification required, but hopefully it fits right in. So let's see how we go. Okay, so here we've got a view from the underside of the engine, well, the engine mounts anyway, and as you can see, you take a few bolts out here, and then the engine is just held on with 4 bolts, and remove this pulley, and hopefully that fits on the new engine, fingers crossed. And this is all held up by trusty Mr. Forklift. Comes in real handy for these kinds of jobs. Right, so let's get to it. Turns out the mounting holes for the engine weren't tapped. So measured the hole diameter and it turned out to be 8.5 mil. So I tapped them to an M10 1.5. So that's just something you've got to look out for when buying these engines. Not as easy as just put in place and bolt in. Okay, so should be good to go. Oh, and shaft diameter checks out, so that's good. Let's put it in. This is where we are now. Engine is in, bolted up. The bolt pattern was actually exactly the same as the Kohler, so that was easy. Just put some different metric bolts in this time. And talking to a mate, apparently you can use these bolts and they are supposed to be self-tapping into the aluminium, but I don't know about that. I just went and tapped them, it's easy enough. And put a little dab of Loctite on there, and that should be good. Starter motor connected quite easily. The only thing I had to do was move the little relay, as in that cable wasn't quite long enough. So as you can see there, I just moved it forward a bit, hooked the battery up. And the easiest part so far was the connector that came with the engine, plugged straight into the one off the mower, and a quick glance at the wires so that it should be right. So we'll see what happens. Now I just need to hook up fuel, and that's going to be a bit of an issue because I haven't connected a fuel pump to this one yet, and the fuel tank's back there, so that's slightly lower than the carburetor I think, so it will need a fuel pump, but for now we'll just do something dodgy. Temporary fuel tank is installed. Probably something you shouldn't try at home, but I think it'll do the job for now. Got a bit of gravity to get our fuel into the engine there, and yeah, let's see what happens. Well, that couldn't have been any easier. Started first go. Sweet.